Okay, so we all think we know Peter Pan, right? The boy who wouldn't grow up. But what if that story, that whimsical little tale, was actually just a cover? A story to hide something way older and a whole lot darker. Today, we're going to peel back those happy thoughts to find a chilling Germanic legend that's been lurking in the shadows all along. So on one side, you've got the story we all grew up with, the boy who just wouldn't grow up. Cute. But on the other side, you have the legend he was born from, the kinder mortar, the child killer of the mythic Wild Hunt. Yeah, that shocking difference is exactly where we're starting, and you'll see how quickly the nursery story turns into a flat-out nightmare. So yeah, you can forget happy thoughts. We are not going to Neverland. We are diving headfirst into a story inspired by the German Faust book. You know, the original tale of the guy who sells his soul to the devil. We're going to break down this triptych of darkness, this trinity of figures whose evil plans lock together in this perfect, terrible way. So our first panel, our first stop, is the guy on the ground, the one doing the dirty work. And you guessed it, this is our twisted new version of Peter Pan. In this legend, he's known simply as the Hunter. I mean, listen to how the source material describes him, the little Mephistopheles of the nursery. Mephistopheles. That's the demon from the Faust legend, the broker of damned souls. Just that one phrase completely reframes Peter Pan. He's not a hero. He's a tempter, a soul collector, operating right in the place where kids are supposed to feel the safest. And here's the absolute core of the horror. He's called der Ewige Knabe, the eternal page. Now, this is not about a boy choosing to stay young. No. This is an ancient being that is fundamentally stunted. It's a predator that never could grow up, frozen forever in this state of hungry, predatory youth. That difference is absolutely chilling.
And how he does things, it's just a complete perversion of the story we know. He walks between worlds using the Hexen Gong, the Witch's Gate. He doesn't fly with happy thoughts. He flies using a Faustian unguent, an ointment made from the rendered fat of unbaptized infants. His flute isn't made of wood, it's carved from bone, and he uses it to lure kids to the Zwischenwelt, the in-between world, where he literally harvests their souls to keep himself going.
But, behind every hunter, there's always an architect, right? Behind the guy on the ground, there's a supplier. So now we meet the second player in our triptych, the jailer, the silent partner who builds the prison and forges all the forbidden tools for this whole operation. He's called the Schwarzkünstler, the black artist. This whole character comes from the Faustian obsession with forbidden knowledge and fallen angels. This guy is a master of the dark arts. He's the true architect of the soul-crushing prison that this version of Nevermore really is. So the legend says he's the fallen angel who first taught humans how to make war and taught them vanity. So his role in this whole scheme is pretty clear. If Peter is the hunter, this black artist is the jailer. He's the one who created the Chronostone, the actual artifact that literally froze time in Nevermore. And his ultimate goal? It's this horrifying alchemical experiment. He sees the Lost Boys as raw material, and he's trying to strip away everything, their memories, their souls, until he creates a homunculus, a perfect, empty, soulless shell. Okay, so we've met the agent and we've met the architect. Now it's time for the final piece of the puzzle. The final panel reveals the philosopher, the cosmic power providing the grand, terrifying reason for why this is all happening. And wow, what a chilling reason it is. See, this being, Iblis, he doesn't get his hands dirty. He's just watching. And he finds this whole realm of stolen children exquisite. Why? Because for him, it's the perfect proof in his cosmic argument against humanity. His title is the Ice Fürst, the Prince of Ice. He's called a primordial Neinsager, a naysayer from the very beginning of time. He's the spirit of absolute rational coldness, the total personification of hubris, of the kind of pride that comes right before the fall. In this telling, he is the rebel who fell because he refused to serve what he saw as flawed, messy humanity. He's the grand accuser in an eternal wager with God. And for him, Nevermore is Exhibit A. It's his proof that if you give them a choice, humans will always pick the cold, perfect, frozen eternity over the warm, difficult, messy evolution of grace. So he just waits in the shadows to claim all those stagnant little souls as monuments to his victory. So now we can step back and see how all the pieces just lock into place. This isn't just three separate villains. This triptych forms a single, deeply disturbing Faustian warning. And when you lay it all out like this,
Man, it just clicks. You've got Peter Pan as the hunter, the agent. You've got the Watcher as the jailer, the technician with all the dark tools. And then you have Iblis as the accuser, the philosopher, giving the cold justification for it all. Each one perfectly lines up with one of the three pillars of a classic Faustian bargain.
And there it is. The synergy is absolutely damning. Iblis represents the pride that starts the fall. The Watcher represents the deadly pursuit of forbidden knowledge. And poor Peter Pan, he's the tragic end result, the active loss of the soul. It is the entire Faustian cautionary tale, told through the bones of a corrupted nursery story. I guess the biggest takeaway here is that sometimes the darkest warnings are hidden in the most familiar stories. And that, well, that makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other beloved stories, the ones we tell our kids, might be hiding their own Faustian bargain, just waiting in the shadows?